In an unprecedented spectacle that has left the nation reeling, the House chamber became the epicenter of a political earthquake as Nancy Pelosi unleashed a torrent of fury upon Marjorie Taylor Greene. This explosive showdown, a clash of titans, erupted with a force that no one could have anticipated. The tension was palpable, the air thick with anticipation as Pelosi, with a voice that cut through the chamber like a knife, confronted Greene with an intensity that shook the very foundations of Congress. The confrontation was nothing short of a political inferno, igniting a firestorm that has captivated the attention of the entire nation. Pelosi, known for her formidable presence and sharp political acumen, did not hold back. Her words were a scathing indictment, a blistering attack that left no room for ambiguity. "You're an embarrassment to Congress," she declared, her voice echoing through the chamber, leaving members in a state of shock and awe. This was not just a clash of personalities. It was a battle of ideologies, a collision of two political forces that have been simmering beneath the surface for far too long. Greene, notorious for her controversial antics and radical politics, found herself at the receiving end of Pelosi's unrelenting wrath. The confrontation was a culmination of a secret feud that had been brewing behind closed doors, a feud that has now erupted into the public eye with explosive consequences. As the dust begins to settle, the ramifications of this confrontation are becoming increasingly clear. The political landscape has been irrevocably altered, sending shockwaves through the corridors of power. The nation stands divided, with supporters on both sides rallying to defend their champions. Yet, amidst the chaos, one thing is certain. This is a moment that will be etched into the annals of history, a defining episode in the ongoing saga of American politics. The world watches with bated breath as the fallout from this explosive encounter continues to unfold. The stakes have never been higher, and the future of these political titans hangs in the balance. As the story unfolds, one can only wonder what the next chapter will bring in this high-stakes drama that has captured the attention of a nation after the shocking showdown in the House of Representatives, where Nancy Pelosi unleashed her fury on Marjorie Taylor Greene. The drama did not end there. Behind the closed doors of Congress, a secret rivalry was brewing that finally exploded into an unprecedented political firestorm. This conflict, which had been simmering in the shadows, became the epicenter of a legislative earthquake that shook the foundations of American politics. Rumors of tensions between Pelosi and Greene were not new, but no one could have foreseen the magnitude of the storm that was brewing. Sources close to Congress reveal that the ideological differences between the two figures were just the tip of the iceberg. In private meetings, the discussions became increasingly heated, with Pelosi openly criticizing Greene's provocative tactics, while the latter did not hesitate to challenge the authority of the veteran Democratic politician. The clash of titans on the floor was just the climax of a series of clashes that had been taking place off-camera. Pelosi, known for her ability to maneuver the complex political landscape, had been stockpiling evidence and testimony about Greene's behavior, waiting for the opportune moment to expose her. And that moment came, leaving everyone speechless. The tension was palpable, and the air in Congress was thick as a knife. The halls became abuzz with speculation and whispers about what had really sparked Pelosi's ire. Some suggest it was a disparaging comment from Greene in a private meeting that lit the fuse, while others point to a series of political maneuvers Greene allegedly attempted to undermine Pelosi's influence. The truth is that this showdown has left an indelible mark on American politics. The rivalry between Pelosi and Greene is not just a clash of personalities, but a reflection of the deep divisions that run through the country. And as Congress tries to piece together this scandal, the question on everyone's mind is, what's next in this saga of power and betrayal? In an unexpected twist that left everyone speechless, Nancy Pelosi, with fierce determination and a look that could cut through steel, launched an unprecedented verbal attack on Marjorie Taylor Greene on the House floor. "You are an embarrassment to Congress," Pelosi exclaimed, her words echoing like thunder through the chamber, leaving those present in a state of absolute shock. The tension was palpable, and the air was charged with an electricity that few had ever experienced before in the political arena. This confrontation was not a simple exchange of words. It was a political earthquake that shook the foundations of Congress. Pelosi, known for her ability to handle difficult situations with aplomb, this time put diplomacy aside and opted for a direct, unfiltered confrontation. Her statement was not only a personal attack, but a direct indictment of Greene's behavior, which many consider out of line and provocative. The impact of her words was immediate and devastating. Murmurs of shock and looks of disbelief spread through the room like wildfire. Pelosi had crossed a line that few would dare to cross, and she did so with a conviction that made it clear she was not willing to tolerate Greene's antics any longer. This was a moment that will remain etched in the memory of all present, a reminder that even in the world of politics, There are boundaries that must not be crossed. Greene's reaction, though still to come, promises to be just as explosive. But in that instant, it was Pelosi who dominated the stage, leaving an indelible mark on recent political history. The question now hanging in the air is, what consequences will this confrontation bring for the future of Congress and for Greene's career? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. This is a chapter that no one will soon forget. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the congresswoman known for her provocative style and extreme stances, has once again found herself in the eye of the storm. Her controversial actions inside and outside Congress have unleashed an unprecedented political storm, provoking the relentless wrath of Nancy Pelosi. In a turn of events that has left the nation agape, Greene's maneuvers have been exposed, revealing behavior that many consider unacceptable for an elected representative. From her incendiary comments on social media to her disruptive speeches on the floor, Greene has proven to be a polarizing figure who is not afraid to challenge established norms. Her tendency to spread conspiracy theories and attack colleagues with baseless accusations has created an atmosphere of tension and distrust in Congress. But it was her latest act of defiance that finally exhausted Pelosi, who did not hesitate to lash out with all her verbal force. Greene's behavior, which some describe as a series of antics designed to attract media attention, has come under fire from both inside and outside her party. Her actions have been seen as a blatant attempt to undermine Pelosi's authority and destabilize the functioning of Congress. At a time when political unity is needed more than ever, Greene seems determined to sow chaos and division. Pelosi's response was swift. With a contained but evident fury, the House Speaker launched a verbal attack that resonated across the country. Pelosi's words were a clear message that Greene's behavior would not be tolerated, and that her actions would have consequences. This confrontation has exposed the deep divisions that exist in Congress and has raised serious questions about the future of American politics. Meanwhile, the public watches in awe as this political drama unfolds. The controversy surrounding Greene has captured the nation's attention, with many wondering how far this dispute will go. In an already volatile political climate, Greene's actions have added a new layer of uncertainty and tension. The question on everyone's mind now is, what's next in this explosive showdown? In the heart of Capitol Hill, where political tensions simmer, an unprecedented showdown is breaking out. Nancy Pelosi, with a look that could cut through steel, faces off against Marjorie Taylor Greene in a clash that promises to shake the foundations of American politics. The atmosphere is electric, charged with palpable tension that threatens to erupt at any moment. Pelosi, known for her poise and experience, doesn't hold back and launches a verbal attack that leaves everyone speechless. "You are an embarrassment to Congress," she exclaims, her words echoing like thunder in the House. But behind this public spectacle, there is an even more intriguing story. For months, a secret rivalry has been brewing between these two political figures, fueled by ideological and personal differences. This conflict, kept in the shadows, has finally come to light, sparking a political firestorm that no one saw coming. Greene's actions, often described as provocative and radical, have been the catalyst for this explosion of emotions. What Pelosi really thinks about Greene's policies is a mystery that is now beginning to unravel. Privately, Pelosi has expressed concern about what she sees as a dangerous and extremist agenda on Greene's part. This revelation, which until now had remained hidden, threatens to change the political game irreversibly. Pelosi's perception of Greene is not just a matter of political disagreement. It is a warning about the direction the country could take if these radical ideas gain further traction. The impact of this standoff is not limited to the walls of Congress. Shockwaves are rippling across the country, further dividing an already polarized nation. Pelosi's incendiary rhetoric has ignited a national debate about the limits of politics and the role of leaders in times of crisis. Meanwhile, Greene is not staying silent. Her response, laden with defiance and determination, threatens to escalate this war of words to heights never seen before. Media outlets around the world are watching, capturing every twist and turn of this political saga. The confrontation between Pelosi and Greene has become a global scandal, with implications that could redefine the future of American politics. Amidst this maelstrom, the question on everyone's mind is, could this showdown mark the end of Greene's controversial career? And as the dust begins to settle, the country is facing a new political reality, one that no one can ignore. Capitol Hill became a battlefield as Nancy Pelosi, in a fury unleashed, lashed out at Marjorie Taylor Greene in a showdown that left everyone speechless. Tension in the House of Representatives reached unprecedented levels, and the echo of Pelosi's words resonated like thunder in the heart of American politics. The nation, divided and on edge, watched as this confrontation transformed into an unprecedented political earthquake. The impact of Pelosi's words was not limited to the walls of Congress. Her direct, uncompromising verbal attack sent shockwaves through the political landscape, leaving analysts and citizens reeling from the magnitude of the conflict. Greene, already controversial, was caught up in a storm of criticism and debate that threatened to redefine her political career. As the country split between supporters and detractors, the political scene became a minefield of conflicting opinions. Pelosi, with her calculated attack, not only laid bare Greene's controversies, but also exposed the deep divisions that run through the nation's political fabric. Pelosi's incendiary rhetoric left no room for neutrality, forcing everyone to take sides in a seemingly never-ending battle. The echo of this confrontation resonated beyond American borders, capturing the attention of international media that could not ignore the unfolding scandal. American politics, once again, found itself at the center of the world stage, with Pelosi and Greene as protagonists of a drama that promised to change the course of the country's political history. The nation, caught in the vortex of this confrontation, was left wondering what would come next. Could this clash of titans spell the beginning of the end for Greene's career? Or would it be the catalyst for an even more profound shift in the political landscape? As the dust began to settle, one thing was certain: the impact of this showdown would be felt for a long time to come, leaving an indelible mark on the future of American politics. In an unexpected and explosive turn, Marjorie Taylor Greene did not remain silent in the wake of Nancy Pelosi's vicious attack. In an act of defiance that left everyone speechless, Greene launched an incendiary response that threatens to take this war of words to unprecedented heights. With rhetoric as sharp as a knife, Greene accused Pelosi of being the real problem in Congress, pointing out that her leadership is a relic of the past that hinders the nation's progress. Greene, known for her combative style, minced no words as she described Pelosi as a figure she said had lost touch with the reality of everyday Americans. In a venomous speech, Greene claimed Pelosi represents everything that is wrong with politics today, accusing her of manipulating the system for her own interests and being a master of hypocrisy. Greene's response was not only a direct attack on Pelosi, but also a call to her supporters to join in a crusade against what she describes as the corrupt establishment. Striking a defiant tone, Greene vowed not to back down and to continue fighting for what she sees as true representation of the people. Her words echoed like thunder in the Capitol, making it clear that this battle is far from over. This standoff has captured the nation's attention, further polarizing an already divided country. While some applaud Greene's bravery in standing up to such a powerful figure as Pelosi, others criticize her incendiary approach, warning that it only serves to fan the flames of political discord. What is undeniable, however, is that Greene has managed to position herself as a central figure in this political drama, and her response has added a new layer of tension to an already volatile situation. The question now hanging in the air is, how far is Greene willing to go in her crusade against Pelosi? With every word, she seems to be pushing the boundaries of what is acceptable in political discourse, challenging not just Pelosi, but the entire system she represents. The nation watches in awe and anticipation, aware that this showdown could have repercussions that will be felt far beyond the walls of Congress. Tension in Congress reached a boiling point when Nancy Pelosi, with uncharacteristic fury, lashed out at Marjorie Taylor Greene in a showdown that left everyone speechless. The House of Representatives became a battleground where Pelosi's words rang out like thunder, accusing Greene of being an embarrassment to Congress. This clash of titans not only shook the foundations of the Capitol but also unleashed an unprecedented media storm. Behind closed doors, a secret feud was brewing, eventually exploding on the floor of Congress. Pelosi, known for her poise and experience, could no longer contain her disdain for Greene's controversial tactics. The confrontation was the climax of a series of provocations that Greene had deployed, defying norms and unleashing Pelosi's wrath. Pelosi's verbal attack was devastating, leaving the audience in a state of shock. Cameras captured every moment of this fierce exchange, and the media was quick to amplify the outrage. The news spread like wildfire, crossing borders and becoming a global phenomenon. From New York to Tokyo, headlines highlighted the intensity of this confrontation, describing it as a political scandal of epic proportions. Political analysts were quick to tease out the implications of this clash. Could this showdown mark the beginning of the end for Greene's career? Speculation is rife, and Greene's political future hangs in the balance. Meanwhile, the public watches in awe as this drama unfolds, knowing that the repercussions could be monumental. Greene's response was swift. In a defiant tone, she promised not to be intimidated, further fanning the flames of this dispute. The war of words threatens to escalate to unprecedented levels, and the entire country is divided, watching how this political spectacle unfolds. Amidst this chaos, the media continues to fuel the controversy, each network competing to offer the most sensational coverage. The narrative has become a whirlwind of opinions and analysis, each more incendiary than the last. The world's attention is fixed on this showdown, and no one can predict what the final outcome will be. As the dust begins to settle, the question on everyone's mind is, what does this mean for the future of American politics? The answers are still uncertain, but one thing is certain. This confrontation has left an indelible mark on the political landscape, and the consequences will be felt for a long time to come. The most explosive political confrontation of the year has erupted in the heart of the United States Congress. Nancy Pelosi, with unleashed fury, has launched an unprecedented verbal attack on Marjorie Taylor Greene, leaving everyone present in the House stunned and speechless. This confrontation, which is already being described as a political earthquake, threatens to change the course of American politics forever. Behind the closed doors of Congress, a secret feud has been brewing between Pelosi and Greene, a rivalry that has finally come out into the open with devastating intensity. Pelosi's words rang out like thunder. "You are a disgrace to Congress," she exclaimed, leaving the audience in a state of absolute shock. This attack has not only shaken the foundations of the Capitol, but has exposed the latent tensions that have been simmering beneath the surface. Greene's controversial behavior, which has long been the subject of criticism, seems to have reached a tipping point. Her provocative actions have ignited the unrelenting wrath of Pelosi, who has not hesitated to reveal what she really thinks of Greene's radical politics. This revelation has left many breathless, questioning Greene's future in Congress. The political consequences of this standoff are incalculable. The nation is divided, and the impact of Pelosi's words is being felt in every corner of the country. Greene, far from staying silent, has launched an incendiary response that threatens to escalate this war of words to unprecedented heights. The tension is palpable, and the entire world is watching in awe as this global scandal unfolds. The question on everyone's minds now is, could this explosive showdown spell the end of Greene's controversial career? The stakes are high, and Greene's political future hangs in the balance. As the dust begins to settle, the country anxiously awaits the final verdict, an outcome that promises to leave everyone speechless and redefine the American political landscape. In an unexpected twist that has left the nation agape, the showdown between Nancy Pelosi and Marjorie Taylor Greene has reached unprecedented levels of tension in the heart of Congress. It all began with an explosive confrontation in the House of Representatives, where Pelosi, in uncontrollable fury, lashed out at Greene, calling her an embarrassment to Congress. The words rang out like thunder, leaving everyone present in a state of absolute shock. Behind this public scene lies a secret rivalry that has been brewing in the corridors of power. Tensions between Pelosi and Greene are not new, but this latest confrontation has brought to light a feud that threatens to destabilize the already fragile political balance. Greene's provocative behavior, which has been the subject of constant criticism, finally pushed Pelosi over the edge, unleashing a political firestorm that no one saw coming. Pelosi's verbal attack was not only a direct jab at Greene, but it also sent shockwaves through the political landscape, further dividing an already polarized nation. Greene's response was not long in coming. Her retort was just as incendiary, promising to take this war of words to previously unseen heights. The scene has become a media spectacle, with media outlets around the world covering every detail of this global scandal. Meanwhile, the political consequences of this confrontation are uncertain. Some analysts suggest that it could mark the beginning of the end for Greene's controversial career, while others believe that it could strengthen her supporter base. What is undeniable, however, is that this episode has left an indelible mark on the future of American politics. As the dust begins to settle, the question on everyone's mind is, what does this mean for the future of politics in the United States? The answer, while uncertain, promises to be as shocking as the showdown itself. In an already volatile political climate, this event has added a new layer of complexity and tension, leaving everyone wondering what the next chapter will be in this saga of power and rivalry.